If you've been following a lot of the moves in the RLCS this offseason, there is a very good chance that you have seen a lot of reporting from Shift RLE. But that reporting more specifically typically comes from Achilles, who has been breaking news in the RLCS for years now. I had Achilles on today during possibly the busiest and most important time of his season to talk about how he started doing this and created Shift, how he goes about sourcing his information and the process of breaking news. And furthermore, and possibly most importantly, we get a little bit more context on some of the biggest moves that we have seen. So, hope you guys stick around and enjoy my conversation with Achilles. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to, I'm not sure if this is another episode of the Need Boost podcast, but in any case, we have an exciting guest on. Whether or not you know you've seen his work, if you follow the RLCS, you have. We have Achilles here from Shift. How you doing, Achilles?
Yeah, hello. Nice to meet you for the first time as well.
You know,
and I'm doing good.
It's been a while. Yeah. We've kind of orbited each other for a minute now, but it's
a long
to
time,
finally meet. And we have caught you in the middle of quite possibly one of the busiest parts of your year here in the off season. It's been a fast one. How has life been?
For the past 2 weeks, it's been hectic, but thankfully, it's starting to calm down.
It really, it seemed like this year, maybe it's just recency bias, but it seems like this year, this off season, it was a lot quicker than normal.
Yeah.
It was all at once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I don't think many knew the start season would be so quick. The start time would be so quick, so people just rushed it.
Well,
instead of waiting around.
And it makes sense. And I know that we have some other news that's going to be breaking soon. If you're not already following Shift, I don't know what you're doing. Check it out. I wanted to start off by going back because I'm not even sure if I know the answer to this, but can you take us back to the first big piece of news that you remember breaking?
Let me check my shit. The biggest one, from the start, was definitely energy squishy.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see when it was. It was squishy. It was 2020 June 10th.
I remember when that move happened. Obviously, I knew less than I know now, but I remember being this team is going to go undefeated all season.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's definitely the biggest from the start.
So I'm sure it's changed, but at that time versus now, how do you go about sourcing this information? Do you just know all the players?
Yeah, I have set contacts for each team.
Mm-hmm.
While back then I had one guy for a whole region, one guy for SAM, one guy for Europe. But now I have a whole network.
Are you throughout the season networking, building, massaging those relationships? Or is it hey guys,
usually usually around third regional, I start warming up, contacting people just to get back in the groove.
And I would assume that how you're saying you have certain contacts, these aren't players necessarily. You're probably going a little higher up the food chain.
Yeah, it's players, managers, coaches, GMs, CEOs, COOs, everyone. Yeah.
How do you, something that we've seen a couple of times this offseason and have always seen is people accidentally breaking news and then it doesn't end up going as anticipated. How do you think about that issue and avoid that as much as you can?
Back in the day, when I started, I didn't I was doing those mistakes as well. Not that frequent, but I was still had some wrong reports. Nowadays, I just take my time to triple check, quadruple check, 5 times check until I'm 100% sure that this is happening.
Make sure you get the graphics in order, message
exactly.
well.
It's a whole process. But
get it all going.
I also check with the orgs, make sure it's okay to go out. Most of the time as well. Some orgs I'm not that close, so they might not like me as well. So I just go with it. But yeah, like 9 out of 10 times I like message the players involved, the orgs involved, and always just run it through them.
How did you start doing this? Because I know each sport kind of has their own version of this.
Mm.
I don't follow soccer, but I've seen the name
Yeah,
Fabricio before. I know
yeah.
there's Woj and Shams in the NBA.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
5, 6 years back,
hmm
Achilles, what was the reason that you were like, let me start trying to, did you
Yeah, it was
accidentally
actually
just find the news or were you?
kinda, yeah. Like 2018, I don't know, like this 2018 is actually when I started.
Yeah.
People don't know this, but like it was before Shift. I was doing like, I was basically like close. You probably know Ignite. I was
Mhm.
close with Ignite. Like around after season 5, I had a burner on Reddit. I don't know if like, and I was the one that leaked the Mercenaries move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mercenaries to with them girls they were.
Mhm.
And I also leaked that like that Envy was leaving. And from that, like I started getting like more news, and I just like built from there. But like that was my first. Like let me actually find the post as well, because I think I got a reward on the subreddit. Yeah. Let me see. Let me link it to you. Pretty sure this is the right one. Yeah, it is.
Let me check. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rumor sheet.
Yeah. I have like, I mean, it's not a rumor shit anymore. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this
I
is
wouldn't
just
say I post rumors anymore. Yeah.
this is I mean, this is just scrolling this
Yeah.
for anybody listening. This is hundreds.
I think it's like, yeah, 500 reports
Yeah. This is
or like
crazy.
400. Yeah, something around there.
And a lot more yeses than things that did not end up going through,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
pretty
Especially like if you see, I think like since like 2022, I've had like maybe 1 or 2 wrong.
yeah. It's a
Yeah. So
pretty good track record.
yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Like a Carmine Core win rate over there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Shift? Because everybody kind of
Mhm.
knows you as you're anchored to Shift. Shift is the one that
Mhm.
quote unquote breaks the news, reporting by you.
Yeah.
But it's you and Jayski, is my understanding. What
Yes.
kind
The
of made you
founders. Yeah.
guys? What was the reason where you were like, hey, let's try and make this a little more of a structured thing?
Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was basically like around like not even April, sorry, January of 2020, like me and Jessica like were really close, like talking about like she was also interested like in this part of the ecosystem.
Mhm.
So we're like, I have the news. Why not like try and make it like more mainstream?
Yeah.
Because I don't think like I don't know if you remember the page, Drama R Alert page.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we had in the past. Like it was just very toxic and it wasn't like that professional. So I thought might as well, since there was no one. And I think it's been going pretty well.
How did it kind of grow? Like when we're from the jump, were you bringing people in? I know Will gets in early. I've talked
Yeah.
to Michael a billion times, Jens, of course, but like how did that
Yeah.
kind of develop?
Yeah, basically at the start, like I brought, it was me, Jessica, and like 2-3 friends of mine just helping. But then like throughout the years, I got Jens, Will, Michael, web, like web, web developers. And we just grew from there. And now we're like a team of like 7, 8. Yeah.
A team
So
of
we just
7 and
grew.
8, just waiting, I the other day I tried to check one of the hyperlinks to an article and it was like
Yeah.
404
Pain.
and a tear rolled
Yeah,
down my
pain.
eye.
Yeah. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
There was a lot of missing pieces, the top 20, the next up list.
Yes.
Shift
Yeah.
Summer League, which I know is probably a hard one.
It makes me depressed. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, it kills me inside. It does.
I was gonna ask you what your opinion was on that, so maybe that's a good way to pivot now.
Yeah.
You feel excited about the esport because I feel a similar way.
For the first time.
Yeah.
For the first time in like 5 years.
It was real rough for a little bit there, huh?
No. It looked really, really scary, especially in 2024. I was like, oh. Yeah. But now this is the first time I'm hearing like good news after good news, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
What do you attribute that to?
more communication by Epic, especially. And Epic, like the executive people, the esports people seem like a lot more open to improving it and seem to like it seemed to also start to like it even more than Fortnite esports.
Interesting.
So this is like a big like this is the first time at Worlds I was hearing like Epic is starting to like RL esports more and more.
It makes sense. It's unique, right? That's what
Oh, for sure.
whenever people ask me about the game, it's like there's no
Mhm.
other game like this. There's other games like
No, yeah,
Fortnite, there's other
100%.
stuff like Call of Duty, there's nothing like this.
No, 100%.
And
And yeah, I'm also hearing like orgs come out of Epic meetings for the first time happy.
really,
Like this is the first time in years.
well, and on top of that, I've seen that you have been, it was reported last offseason during the trade window around FIFA E, but even now it seems like there's still some big orgs that are kind of circling that are still interested in getting
Yeah.
their foot back in the door or in the door for the first time, you know?
Yeah, and also the money being spent is a good indicator that the sport is actually on the up.
I've
Also, this, yeah,
I've seen
this is the Reddit one I told you. By the way, I linked it to you.
this
I
is
found it
this
finally.
is the burner.
Yeah, yeah, from 2018.
Look at this downvoted. Why would I say my source?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my start.
how things have gone along, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now we're here. How many followers? 81K. That's not bad.
That's not too shabby at all. I even saw
Yeah.
Will and I were talking about the Dralii graphic that went out. I mean, just the amount of
Yes.
impressions was unbelievable.
Oh yeah. This off season, there's been some like big hit moves.
Was that the move that was the most, I don't know what the right adjective I want to use is. Was that the most shocking move to you of the offseason?
Yes, 100%. Even though, like, also because the word around the community was that 100% that he was going to Vitality, but the Vitality stuff was not even close. Just was never happening as well. So it kind of came out of nowhere when I heard like Falcons that are actually signing Dralii. But many people also thought at that time when we dropped the report that he was going to Vitality. So I definitely think it was the biggest like report. Yeah.
I'm interested, and this kind of circles back to how you go about sourcing. I was surprised by the move, mostly because the Dralii part, of course, is shocking.
Yeah.
Widely considered best player in the world. I was surprised
Oh,
by
yeah.
the TRK piece of it because coming off of an MVP season for MENA, kind of the golden boy of the MENA region
Oh,
in its
100%.
history.
Yeah.
So for them to make that move, I presume that that's something that is kind of above the players.
Yeah, it was the management decision. Yeah.
Do you feel like
Players were happy to stick? Players were happy.
because they're coming off of a great season too? Is
Mhm.
that a unique situation, or broadly speaking, are management typically making the calls on stuff like this?
It's definitely a one-off. Definitely a one-off. Even though it happened now again with Cheese going out, but it's definitely very, very rare in the sport.
Because
Yeah.
it seems like, especially the age of the players, typically you just want to play with your buddies, you know. And now there's
Yeah,
there's
100%.
big money getting thrown around to some of these guys. I'm
Oh, yeah.
seeing some of the buyout
Yeah.
numbers and contracts and stuff.
No, yeah. Dralii's getting paid, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing all right. It's probably the best money since like when Furia won Gamers 8 and I was doing the
Yeah.
conversion rate. I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah.
They're doing awesome
Yeah.
now.
No,
What
he'll be fine. Yeah.
have you been has there been anything new or unique about this offseason that you're kind of seeing as a trend going forward, whether it be the amount of buyouts, importing transfers across region? The speed, of course, was very unique to this offseason, but is there anything else that's really stood out to you as a possible trend?
What I found this offseason is just some weird moves. Some moves for me just don't make sense. This is what I found the most interesting for this offseason.
Do you think that is, because I've thought this about some of the moves that we've seen as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's one of those things? Maybe I'm too deep into the NBA because a common thing
Okay.
there is if you can't get somebody in the off season, Well, you just wait
Mhm.
until around the trade deadline, and then you can get some bigger moves. Then, if teams don't work out,
Mm.
do you kind of feel like some teams are just locking and they're like, we'll just do this for now and then we'll swap it up?
Definitely some of the orgless teams, yeah. I can see like some of them switching. If a tourney doesn't go well, I can definitely see them changing it up. But yeah, some of the org moves, I just don't make sense to me.
The
Yeah.
surprise to me is our Chronic Diaz reveal team. That one,
Yeah. That
that
was
one
also weird.
on paper is a little funky for sure.
Yeah, from SHU standpoint as well, like the talent in NA that was available at the time wasn't that exciting.
Mhm.
Like in their view as well, it wasn't that exciting. So they might as well just, throw the dice. And it also helps that Diaz, like they wanted another import. I don't know if it's like revealed, but they wanted Eugen as well
Oh wow.
instead of Diaz. But Diaz had a visa ready that just needed to be renewed.
Sure. Just
So
similar.
that's why he got the spot over Eugen
It
as
seems.
well.
Do you feel? Am I right in saying that it seems like imports are becoming more not only common but like looked into? I mean, Rise is somebody who's
Yeah.
played in almost every region now, or at least tried
Hmm.
to. But
No,
there was
definitely,
even
yeah.
a rumor for him to go to Sam. But
Yeah.
he's just one example. It seems like players are moving around much more openly now.
Yeah, especially like I think like EU players that also like import to US also. It helps with Sierra because I think like there's a special rule for them as well. So they don't count as imports for RLCS, like the Sierra people.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fairly certain that's true. So
The
they don't count as imports.
the
The CNA
Royales
guys,
rule,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So that's also like it helps if any new player goes to NA. So it's more easier, I guess, to go to NA as well. But like to come to Europe, I don't think we will ever see that.
What did you make of the Vitality season overall? Did you feel like it was pressure that kind of came because you talk about First Killer making it harder for himself and all the pieces that go with that? My feeling on Vitality all season long was there was just so much pressure on them from the beginning that they seemed to kind of feel that in big tournaments.
100%, I agree. Yeah, just like especially Monkey coming off that world and Hexo coming off that world, like and I think Zen, like you think they will be top. So I think definitely pressure got to them and crumbled at the end.
Especially for Monkey, who now is kind of, suspended in midair. The thing that he kind of earned over his career was just wait till Worlds. Monkey always wins World, and so then you finally
And
get there.
it was very disappointing.
It sure
Yeah.
was. And
Uh,
I was not surprised by the exotic sticking piece of it. It seems like him and Zen are
yeah.
pretty tight.
Yes. They are best friends. But also exotic, is still very good player.
I agree.
Yeah.
I rated him higher than Monkey Moon on my
Same.
top 50
Same.
list. So I
Yeah.
still think he's a very talented person for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Do you feel like is there one player out there that you feel like they have the most opportunity and flexibility surrounding them? Or maybe a better way to phrase it is there a player who you're most interested to see which team they wind up on?
Rookie or just any player?
Any
Player? I'm interested really to Stizzy. I want to see how he does on Vitality.
That
move feels weird to me. So that's what I want to see. Like I want to see how they line up and just
it does feel quite weird, but also my immediate reaction was, all right, nice. It seems like a big opportunity.
It was definitely the best move available after First Killer.
All right, we're recording. I'll fix this in post.
Yeah.
Achilles had asked me about the Vitality roster and kind of where you go if it wasn't First Killer. I mean, I think I'm, of course, all of this is with the asterisk of what the org contracts look like and all of that. But just like in a
Okay.
vacuum, blank sheet, I mean, I thought that Eugen would be very interesting. I also didn't know. I was intrigued by like, oh, maybe they do like a talent downgrade and go like a Redosin, like get it returned. But
Okay.
really, what I think I'm seeing is the most valuable thing at top level Rocket League
Mm-hmm.
these days, and this is for all the top teams in the regions. NRG, KC, Vitality is what they struggled with. You have
Yeah.
to have two options on the ball that you're very comfortable with getting their own goals. And I
Okay.
don't feel like Exotic or Monkey Moon are at the point in their careers where mechanically I'm super worried about them off the sidewall, having a
Yeah,
deep bag of
100% agree.
tricks. And I do think that
Mm-hmm.
Stizzy adds that to the equation.
Okay.
But that's why, I mean, French org Eugen was the first name that popped to
Eugen.
my head. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was also an option after Stizzy, but yeah, Stizzy got the spot in there.
Look at Stizzy. I was so impressed by
Yeah.
him at Worlds,
Yes. He was like, his stock this offseason was top.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wanted him. Everyone wanted him.
Really.
Yes. Like, Gentlemates wanted him. Twisted Minds, I think, made an offer to him. Vitality, of course. Ninjas in Pyjamas offered him a really good salary to make a roster. But in the end, he went to Vitality on a really good salary as well.
Good for him. It's so difficult to keep. Good thing for people like Martian Turtle who do his like whiteboard breakdowns, because it's so difficult to remember like even what players and orgs are even still available at any time. But one of those teams.
That's also when I come in. I actually I don't think many people know that I actually help orgs as well in this to guide them through the off season.
Is that so?
Yes.
Could you tell us a little more? I did not know this either.
Yeah. So usually we if I go higher up, I usually exchange information with managers, CEOs to also help them understand the landscape of how things are going, who has what priority. And so we share info every day.
So it's
they help me, I help them.
Yeah.
That's basically how I work. I help pros, they help me.
Yeah.
It's like an equal exchange. Yeah.
That's very interesting, because you talk about a team like Ninjas in Pyjamas there who are still seemingly searching for
They're trying,
whatever their roster is going to be. I was surprised that they broke things up after LCQ and Worlds, and maybe you can answer that, or I'll give you an alternative question. I remember with the Reddles situation back in the day with Dan and Arsenal, it was kind of decided beforehand. Are a lot of these moves kind of in the works, on the way, before tournaments? Or do you feel like at least this one, as soon as Worlds ended, then things really got going?
It's usually for teams is as soon as you get knocked out for Worlds, you start skimming.
Yeah.
Definitely. Some are also before Worlds, even though that's not the ideal. But some teams just break up before Worlds. They know it would be their last tournament. Yeah.
I'm sure,
even though that's not ideal.
It definitely is not. Definitely doesn't put you in a good headspace to kind of get things going. Do you feel like behind the scenes, a lot of these players? Of course, talent is very important, but when you're kind of projecting how good you think teams are going to be to yourself, privately, what are some of the important factors? Because I think about it, you're spending a lot of time with these people. If you don't enjoy the individuals, if you don't have a good locker room, probably not a good sign. But maybe that's not actually that important.
Yeah, the mentality for me is the most important. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the out of game stuff, I think, is the most important. Always. If you don't mesh well outside the game, I don't think you'll mesh well inside the game.
It seems like there's some teams you definitely feel. I always appreciate when orgs put out vlog content, so you can kind of get an under the hood look. And it feels like some of the teams that had the best chemistry this year were some of the best teams in the world.
The best teams. Yeah, exactly.
So it does kind of make sense.
You need to be friends. You need to be friends at the end of it. It's not just, it is a business, but you also need to be friends to work. Yeah.
Because a team like NRG, they put out an EWC vlog.
Yes.
It seems like them and Sathu get along
They're
very
always
well.
yeah.
It seems like they're buddies. And then the mentality piece of it, the on the pitch piece, the big takeaway that made its rounds was Atomic kind of talking about like, we feel confident if we get a good, boot camp and all that, we're going to look great. And they did.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. To me, yeah, out of game is the most important for me. Definitely.
How do you feel about we'll call them for these purposes, the other regions that aren't getting a lot of shine right now? Are you intrigued by APAC, SSA, OCE, SAM movement, or is that just kind of figured out? SAM seems very quiet. Seems like a lot of those teams are just sticking.
Yeah, Sam will probably like do a piece soon as well. But I message my contacts, but yeah.
Yeah.
For the other regions, like I wanna get into as well, but it's hard. Yeah, I find it really hard, especially like with time zones as well. And just like, yeah, I'm not close with them as well, even though I'm trying. But yeah, it's not easy, but I like MENA a lot. I want to get into MENA more, definitely.
It seems like I had put out like the top 50, the big board that I do. And when I made my master sheet of like, and then you whittle it down, I found myself with a lot of MENA players. And it kind of seems like it's the new French, super fat, like Saudi Arabian players. It seems like for how big like the population is per capita, they have a ton of talented Rocket League players.
Oh yeah. They are. I think like from this offseason, from what I've noticed, French talent seem on the down, while Saudi Arabia talent seems on the up. It's what I found.
Do you feel like Twisted Minds are dead set on getting an import, or could you see a world where they stay within Saudi Arabia?
They're still trying for an import, but like options like are running out
slowly with.
So I think in the end they have to, and in my opinion, like they should just go full MENA.
Yeah.
Just like I think like Abdullah and Ghazi are like really good players that could like get on that roster. Instead of like an import like that's left out right now, I don't think it's gonna be that good.
Sure. Are you a fan of the 2/3 rule?
Yes. Very big fan. Very, very big fan. It was needed. Very much needed.
Is there anything else on the horizon going into next season or the season after that gets Achilles excited?
The engine update that's gonna come hopefully in the next year or so. The engine update, of course, I mean UE5, but yeah.
UE6, we're just gonna skip right over and go.
I wish, but no. Yeah, I'm expecting. UE5. I wanna like gauge the reaction because I think it's gonna be interesting. The reaction because the game is rumored that it's gonna be taken off of Steam. That's gonna be a big like hit. So I'm wondering the reaction. Yeah.
Do you
definitely that one? Yeah.
That seems like the big one that everybody's kind of been wanting for, waiting on for a really.
It's gonna come.
It seems inevitable,
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I'm expecting Paris.
You think so?
For that announcement. I mean, it's gonna be like 30K people. You think like that just perfect, like France, Paris, UE5, actually.
Zen at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Breaking the news.
But but it's gonna. I think people. It's gonna be sooner than later for UE5 as well.
I'm sure that's going to be exciting for a lot of people to hear, and if they're interested in following you and the info you're breaking, of course, there's Shift on Twitter, and we touched briefly on the Patreon beforehand, but over there you are breaking some news a little early. You're giving context to the moves, talking about some of the historical stuff. What has you excited about that Patreon, and why should people out there give it a check?
Well, just behind more like on there I can share like more behind the scenes stuff that I can't share on like Discord, and some share some sensitive info as well. I'm sure people have seen like some buyouts that have never been shared, and just more quick news and more responsive there as well. And just I think it's a decent page. I think
I think it's pretty solid. I have been.
Yeah.
I just want to say I've been surprised by the fact that the information that you are posting in the Patreon, I haven't seen it in the public too much. I was very.
That shocked me.
Yeah,
That shocked me as well.
There's kind of like a code of honor with if you're in the Patreon.
I expected like everything to be released, like leaked, but just so far so good. I guess thank you.
I still see people being like, "Does anybody know how much like what's the payment on this and that?" And I'm like, "Wow, it's crazy that people still don't know."
Yeah, I know. It's like it's very weird. Found it very weird, but thankful, I guess. Yeah.
And
definitely thankful.
This is the first. I don't spend a lot of time on Discord, but this off season especially, I've been in the Shift esports talk a lot. That thing is popping.
No, we gained like 2K members like in a week.
There's so many people in there talking. You stop in there sometimes and share some news and info.
No, that Discord is my definitely my go-to. Hopefully also in the future we run a Shift Patreon with even more stuff as well.
It would be nice. I'm looking forward to it. I will gladly contribute to that as well. Achilles,
crossing fingers.
I don't want to keep you too long. I appreciate your time, but before we go, is there anything that you want to say?
Just thank you for the support. Yeah, thank you for sticking with Shift despite the drama around Shift Summer League as well, even though it was out of our hands. And just thank you for the continued support for 5 years now. 5.5 years.
The rumor is you're going to pick up Shift Summer League right where it left off, right? Once you get...
I wish.
Just get everybody back in,
Yeah. No. But just thank you for the continued support.
Achilles, thank you for coming on. It was a great time, and have a great off season.
You too.